Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jay, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's video, we will be discussing Canelo Alvarez versus Jermell Lions Only Charlo, undisputed versus undisputed. Recap of the fight. But before we do that, make sure you punch that like and subscribe button, and make sure you let me know and drop it below your 2 cents about the fight as I go through the video. So, this weekend, Canelo versus Charlo went down. It took place. And as I mentioned in my last video, this isn't necessarily a fight people wanted to see, or maybe the hardcore fans didn't want to see it, or I don't know. I just didn't hear people calling for this fight. It was more like a surprise fight. And I guess since it was Canelo and Charlo, people was like, okay, that might be a good scrap. You know, let's see what's up. So, a recap of the fight. The fight was a little lackluster, to say the least. It just wasn't an exciting fight. Canelo was too big for Charlo. I mean, bottom line. I'm just going to start off with my 2 cents. I'm just going to give my 2 cents about the fight, and then I'm going to kind of counteract to the things that I've been hearing people saying as I've been going through the YouTube streets. So a lot of people are saying that Charlo didn't come to fight. Charlo laid down. Charlo threw the fight. Charlo was scared. This messes up Charlo's legacy. Charlo looked weak. Charlo, blah, 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 right? All of these negative things that they're saying about Charlo and the way that he performed. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't care if you think it's excuses. Once again, we need to understand the definition of excuses and observations. So, the things that I observed through the fight while I was watching it was that Charlo, first of all, I want to say, Charlo moved pretty good with the extra weight that he put on. He didn't look like he gassed out or anything like that. He did do a lot of moving around the ring. People would say is running, moving. I mean, whatever you want to call it. And people said Charlo was basically in survival mode. And was Charlo in survival mode? I mean, I guess I can agree with that. But when I hear people talk, it just seems like people are saying Charlo should have went in there and got knocked out. He should have went out on his shield. He should have went in there, got in a firefight with Canelo, and got sparked, because that's exactly what would have happened. Charlo went in there, and to me, it looks as though he felt Canelo's power, and he didn't want no parts of it. That's what it looked like to me. So as a fighter, and then another thing is, the fight turned out how everybody was saying it was going to turn out. Honestly, Charlo had 2 options: outbox Canelo for 12 rounds and try to get a decision and win, or get knocked out. He could have possibly knocked out Canelo, but we already know that was kind of a stretch. It was kind of a stretch. So all the Charlo criticism, I'm not understanding, and I do feel like if it was somebody else, they would be, oh, he dared to be great. Canelo was just too big for him. The talk would be different. But y'all want to say that Charlo went in there, he laid down, he didn't fight, and this and that. Y'all seen Charlo trying to get off whatever the game plan was. But once he felt that power, it didn't. The game plan, hey, everybody got a plan till they get hit in the mouth, like Tyson say. The game plan wasn't a game plan. You heard Derek in the corner like, hey, man, what you doing? Let's do this, do this, do that, do that. But whatever it was that he was facing in the ring did not allow him to continue doing the game plan. So maybe he took the mindset of, let me just make it through this fight. Let me not try to get hit with one of these shots and get knocked out or get my orbital bone broken or whatever case may be that will affect my career longer term. Because the truth is, I don't even have no business up here trying to fight Canelo. So everybody on here saying Charlo should have went out on his shield and this and that. Y'all only saying that, in my opinion, because it's Charlo and he's a PBC fighter. Any other fighter would have been daring to be great. And it would have been all cool because he took the risk. But y'all want him to risk his career to do what? To get knocked out by Canelo? Because when you watching the fight, you seen he couldn't knock out Canelo. You seen those punches wasn't doing nothing. And then Canelo was punching on this man's arms. So you would imagine after getting your arms punched on by Canelo for 3, 4, 5 rounds by the end of the fight, you really don't have no power to keep Canelo off of you. Now, I did see Charlo hit Canelo with a hook, maybe in the 11th or 12th round, and it do look like he caught Canelo, but it looked like he caught him. I mean, he looked like he came in to clinch so he wouldn't throw nothing back, but it did look like he got him with a nice shot. So I don't know. I don't know if Charlo could have did more, or if he felt like I'm not willing to take the risk to fight, or whatever the case may be. Whatever was going on, Charlo did not feel like he had a chance to win the fight. And that's what it looked like. It looked like he didn't think he could win the fight. Could he have won the fight? Like, let's be honest. If Charlo would have went in there and quote unquote went off on his shield, would he have won the fight? Think about if you Charlo. Now, I could go in here and try to outbox him, do all this extra stuff, and take these big risks and take these big shots and still not win on the scorecard, right? Now, he could have put up more of a fight and tried to get a draw to get the rematch, but once again, he runs the risk of getting knocked out. So, and we knew that if Charlo came in, if he couldn't control the pace, and if he couldn't keep Canelo off of him with his power, he was not going to win that fight. Everybody knew that, and everybody said that. So I don't understand the Charlo slander. I don't understand how Charlo ruined his legacy by going up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo. How do you ruin your legacy by going up and you went up 2 weight classes, fought the undisputed champion in the weight class? You ain't got time to get acclimated to the weight. You coming off a layoff. You coming from an injury. And we just keep saying those are excuses. And he accepted the fight and this and that. Okay, whatever. But once he got up there and he seen that it wasn't going to pan out, that man did what he had to do to be able to continue doing what he got to do. And that's it. Like, some of these fighters, you got to be a little strategic. You got to be a little strategic, man. You can go up there and try to do all this with Canelo, and then, boom, now you messed up. Like, the same thing happened with Kell Brook. Kell Brook had no business going up to fight Triple G. And even though Kell Brook was outboxing Triple G, as soon as he got hit, that orbital bone was broke. And ever since that moment, Kell Brook has been having trouble with that orbital bone. Once you break something in your face, it makes it easier to break stuff in your face. So what happened? He got in a fight with Spence. Spence broke the other orbital bone. He got in a fight with Crawford. The orbital bone started messing with him again. So, I mean, like I said in the beginning of my video, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But just to give my 2 cents, Charlo went in there to do what he thought he could do. When he seen he wasn't going to be able to do it, he did what he needed to do in order to survive, to be able to go back down to 154 to continue his career. And now I see people saying that he shouldn't get the Crawford fight, and Crawford saying he no longer on his hit. But that's another video. That's another video. I'm going to make another video about that, because what y'all saying that Charlo had to beat Canelo to get a Crawford fight? Like, who is Crawford? He fights at 147. So what are we talking about? But that's another video. I'm going to do another video about that. But I just want to drop this video and give my 2 cents and say, man, y'all need to lay off of Charlo. Y'all need to lay off of Charlo. He went up 2 weight classes, 16-month layoff, didn't get a chance to get acclimated to the weight, fought the best in the weight class. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to pull off the game plan, which was to outbox him for 12 rounds and not get knocked out. And that was it. And that's what happened. So why aren't we hearing Charlo dared to be great? He went up, he was there. We're not hearing them comments. Why are we hearing he ruined his legacy? He laid down, he this and that. Like, y'all got to keep that same energy, man. The way y'all do these PBC fighters when they take a loss and y'all want to discredit their whole history of fighting, is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But let me know what you think about the Charlo-Canelo fight by dropping your 2 cents in the comments below. Follow me on IG at 2 Cents Boxing, and follow me on Twitter at 2Cents20. I'm Jay, and stay tuned for my 2 cents in the next video. Peace.